In this video, we will explore material nouns and compound nouns. Have you ever thought about different ways we name things in the world around us? Today, we are diving into two fascinating categories of nouns, material nouns and compound nouns. So, these two might not seem connected at first, but trust me, by the end of this lesson, you will see how both types of nouns are essential to how we describe things in everyday life. So, let's get started. Now, let's begin with material nouns. Have you ever wondered what exactly makes up the objects around you? Whether it's the chair you're sitting on the paper in your notebook, or even the gold in a beautiful piece of jewelry. These are all examples of material nouns, right? So, material nouns refer to substances or materials that things are made of. These are tangible physical elements that we can touch, see, or even smell in some cases. Think about it this way. Whenever you ask, what is this made of? The answer is likely to be a material noun, right? So here are some of the common examples of material nouns like wood, cotton, plastic, gold, steel. And these nouns are frequently used in discussion about construction, manufacturing, and craftsmanship. We use them to specify what an object is composed of, making our descriptions clearer and more precise. Now, what's interesting is that material nouns share some similarities with concrete nouns. Do you know why? Because we can perceive them with five senses. And in many cases, material nouns and concrete nouns appear together in sentences. Let's look at few examples. For example, this table is made of wood. This book is made of the most beautiful paper. My grandmother is always knitting with the finest wool. See here how the material noun tells us exactly what the object is made of. That's why they are so important. Material nouns can also be categorized based on their origin. Okay, so let's break them down. Say, for example, related to nature, like air, gold, salt, water, and related to animals, that category, for example, eggs, wool, silk, and related to plant life, like wood, cotton, coffee. It relates to the plant life, right? And man made, of course, concrete, steel, glass, iron, all these things. Pretty cool, right? Now that we have explored material nouns, now, we'll move on to the compound nouns, which are slightly more challenging but just as exciting. So, what exactly are compound nouns? Well, they are made up of two or more words that come together to create a single noun. These words can be joined in different ways, and that's where things get interesting. One important rule to remember is that when we make compound nouns, plural, okay, we usually add s to the most significant word. Also, we call it as a base word, right, in the compound structure. Now, let's see it in the action. My wife bought me a new toothbrush. They bought ice creams for the whole family. We went to the swimming pool every day. Now, compound nouns can be written in three different forms: closed form, hyphenated form, and open form. Let's go through each one. The first one is closed form compound nouns. Now, remember all these categories because you will be having a practice session at the end. Now, when we are talking about the closed form, the words are joined together as one single word. No spaces, no hyphens, just a seamless blend of two words creating a single noun. Here are some examples like toothbrush, bookshelf, raincoat, wallpaper, bedroom. And let's just put it in the sentence. Then she put together her new IKEA bookshelf. We painted our bedroom pink. I really need a new raincoat. Easy, right? Notice how these words function as a single unit. That's what makes them compound nouns. Okay? Now, the next one, hyphenated compound nouns. This one is little tricky. Sometimes compound nouns require a hyphen to connect the words. But here's the thing. There is not always a strict rule on when to use a hyphen. Sometimes it depends on a personal or regional preference, okay, like British versus American English. But generally, hyphens help to clarify meaning and eliminate confusion. So here are some hyphenated compound nouns: mother-in-law, six-pack, preschool, blue-eyed. And do you know the reason why do we use hyphens? Well, they help to show that the two words should be understood as one single unit. Let's see some cases where hyphens are commonly used. Noun plus preposition like passer by. Noun plus gerund, copy editing. Two-syllable noun plus doer, which means cabinet maker. Noun plus non-principal word, noun, like mother-in-law. Got it? So these structures ensure that the meaning remains clear. Imagine writing mother-in-law without hyphens. It could be confusing, right? So is it about someone's mom or a legal relationship? That's why hyphens matter. Finally, we have open form compound nouns. These are compound nouns that are written as two separate words, but together they function as a single noun. We usually see it in day to day life. No hyphens, no joining, just two distinct words that make up one noun. For example, swimming pool, two distinct words but one meaning, right? Full moon, high school, social media. Here we are not using any hyphens. And let's see the usage in sentences. I can never sleep when there is a full moon. Her favorite class in high school was Spanish. She never used social media and she's not about to start. Okay. So there you have it. We have explored two fascinating types of nouns: material nouns and compound nouns. Material noun helps us to describe what things are made of, while compound nouns allow us to combine words to create new meanings. Now it's a practice time. Now you have to identify five material nouns around you. It's easy, right? And try to identify five compound nouns. And you need to write sentences using the words wool, raincoat, swimming pool, mother-in-law, bookshelf. It's pretty simple and very interesting. Let me reveal my answers for this. For the material nouns, I have selected the nouns around me like wood, gold, cotton, wool, steel. And for the compound nouns, raincoat, swimming pool, full moon, toothbrush, bookshelf. And the sample sentences using the words wool, the sweater is made of soft wool. Raincoat, I bought a yellow raincoat. Swimming pool, the swimming pool was crowded. Mother-in-law, my mother-in-law visited yesterday. Bookshelf, I arranged all my books on the new bookshelf. Okay? So that's all for today's video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more English tips. Now, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye bye.